Wishes, dear students. The concept we will be learning in today's class is atomic mass and atomic number. Now, when we say atomic mass or mass of an atom, it means one and the same, that is calculating the weight of the atom or knowing the weight of the atom. Now, what's the reason behind, or why do we have to calculate the weight of the atom or know the weight of the atom? We have learnt it in the day 1's class. Chemistry is all about learning the physical and chemical classification of matter. Matter is made up of atoms. So unless we know the weight of the atom, it's impossible for us to proceed through the further classification of matter along with their physical and chemical composition or their properties. It's because of that the concept of atomic mass plays a vital role in understand the composition of the chemical and physical properties of the matter. Coming back to our topic, now atomic mass or mass of an atom meaning knowing or calculating the weight of the atom. Further, we need to know atoms are made up of what are the constituents. So, they are made up of, there are 3 types of subatomic particles. So, meaning atoms are made up of subatomic particles, namely electrons, protons and neutrons. Out of the 3 types of subatomic particles, the weight of the electron is negligible, meaning they are almost weightless, they can be omitted. But when it comes to weight of the protons and neutrons, they are considered because they make up to the nucleus of the atom. Now, nucleus is found within the center of the atom and electrons are all around the atom. So, we can say that mass of the nucleus is equals to mass of an atom or an atomic mass. Now, nucleus is made up of protons and neutrons. Therefore, we say total number of protons and neutrons present in the nucleus is called as atomic mass or mass of an atom. Let's consider few practical examples. Now, aluminium has got 13 protons and 14 neutrons within its nucleus. So, when we have to calculate the atomic mass of aluminium, all we have to do is total number of protons and neutrons. So, add these two, we will get 27 to be the answer. So, atomic mass of aluminium is 27. Coming back to fluorine, there are 9 protons and 10 neutrons within its nucleus. So, when we are asked the atomic mass of fluorine, add these two numbers, it comes up to 19. Now, we will talk about this AMU or a U little later. Coming back to chlorine. Chlorine exists in 2 different forms. We will see about it little later. Now, calculating only in terms of atomic mass, 17 protons and 18 neutrons make up to 35. So, chlorine's atomic mass is 35 in this case. The next one, 17 protons and 20 neutrons make up to 37. So, the atomic mass of this particular form of chlorine is 37. So, I hope you understand atomic mass, add the number of protons and neutrons within the nucleus. Now, let's move on to what's the meaning of AMU or a U. The expansion of it is unified atomic mass unit when you represent it as a U. Or when you represent it as a AMU, it stands for atomic mass unit. They are nothing. It's a standard unit for calculating the atomic mass of an atom or a mass of an atom. Now, let me give you a practical example. Now, in this case, I have written 1 kg of rice, 1 liter of oil. This kilogram and liters are standard units of calculating the amount of solid or a liquid. So, similarly, AMU is a standard unit of calculating the atomic mass of an atom. To understand the AMU, that is an atomic mass unit, you need to know further 2 terms. One is isotopes. What's the meaning of isotopes? Isotopes have a same atomic number, but their atomic mass is different. Now, the example of chlorine I have taken. Now, chlorine in this case, if you see, it has got an atomic number to be 17. You have learnt it in the lower classes. The numbers that are written Towards the lower left is called as an atomic number and upper left is called as an atomic mass. So chlorine has got a same atomic number, but two different atomic masses are existing. One is with an atomic mass of 35, the other one with an atomic mass of 37. So these are called as an isotopes of chlorine. So to put together, chlorine has got a two isotopes form. One with an atomic mass of 37, the other one with an atomic mass of 35. Now let's take one more example of carbon. Now these are the two types of isotopes of chlorine. Now when it comes to in terms of carbon, carbon exhibits three isotopes. That is one with the atomic mass of 12, the other one with an atomic mass of 13 and other one with an atomic mass of 14. Now to calculate the atomic mass, let me rewrite the question once again. That is carbon, three isotopes of carbon. All the three has got a same atomic number. We have seen it. Now in this case, atomic mass is 12. In this case, atomic mass is 13. And in this case, atomic mass is 14. Now how do we calculate the atomic mass of a particular element, that atom, adding up to the number of protons and neutrons. So let's add the number of protons and neutrons. Now in this case 12 is the answer. So there are 6 protons and 6 neutrons. Now in this case there are 6 protons and 7 neutrons. Now in this case there are 6 protons and 8 neutrons. Now there is a reason why are we writing in all the cases 6 to be the atomic number, or in all the cases here 6 to be the number of proton is 6 in this case, here also 6 and here also 6. We'll see one by one. So when we add up these two number of proton and neutron, we get 12 to be the answer. So atomic mass of this carbon atom is 12. Now similarly, atomic mass of this carbon atom is 13. 6 plus 7 gives us 13. 6 plus 8 gives us 14. Now why are we talking about this? Is also isotopes of carbon. So chlorine exhibits 2 isotopes form. Carbon exhibits 3 isotopes form. Now why are we talking about isotopes? Now there are, as you know, 118 elements are present in the periodic table. That is proven scientifically till date. Out of the 118, some have the isotopic form existing and some do not exhibit the isotopic form. Out of the all types of element existing along with their isotopic form, this carbon-12 isotope is most abundantly found in the nature. It's because of that carbon-12 is taken to be the standard unit of calculating the atomic mass of an atom. So I hope you understand why are we considering carbon-12 among the so many types of elements existing, and along with their isotopes, the isotope of carbon-12 is found most abundantly in nature. Hence it's taken to be the standard unit of calculating the atomic mass or mass of an atom. So let's see now little more detail about this carbon-12. So carbon-12, that is carbon with an atomic mass of 12, also can be called as written as in this form. Carbon-12 isotope is found most abundantly in nature. Hence, it is taken to be the standard unit. Just now I told you detailedly why are we considering it. Now the definition for AMU, that is atomic mass unit, is atomic mass unit is equal to 1/12 of the mass of a carbon atom. Now when we say carbon-12, what's the meaning of it is carbon atom is divided into 12 parts. So 12 parts makes up to one carbon atom. My separation may not be in proper proportion, but it's supposed to be in an equal proportion. All the sectors should make up to an equal proportion. You will understand it better when I give you the example. Now atomic masses of few elements I have taken. Hydrogen, atomic mass unit of hydrogen is 1. Carbon to be 12. Nitrogen to be 14. Oxygen to be 16. Let me explain to you. Mass of one oxygen atom is equals to 16 units. Now, one carbon atom produces 12 parts here. So, when we say mass of one oxygen atom, to this existing 12 parts, 4 more parts we have to add. That is nothing if you take it in the weighing scale. Now one side you are taking oxygen atom. The other side you are taking a carbon 12 atom. To make up to the, to bring up to a proper balance here, you have to add a 16 units of carbon. So that's the meaning of atomic. So 16 units of carbon makes up to 1 atom of oxygen. Now the next case, in case of nitrogen, when you see, for example, I have to calculate the weight of the nitrogen atom. So this side, how many units you have to take? 14 units of carbon you have to take. That makes up to, so 14 units of carbon makes up to atomic mass of 1 nitrogen atom. So similarly for a carbon they make up to, so 12 parts of this makes up to, atomic mass of 1 carbon atom. So similarly hydrogen, when we say out of the 12 existing form, 1 by 12 part makes up to the atomic mass of an hydrogen. I hope you are making that concept, you are understanding the concept better. So mass of 1 oxygen atom is equals to 16 units. Now remember, carbon has got a 12 units. Adding 4 more to it will be 4 more such units gives us 16. So atomic mass of oxygen is equals to 16 units there. Similarly, mass of 1 nitrogen atom is equals to 14 such units. Mass of 1 hydrogen atom is equals to only 1 such unit. In another way, now we have to calculate what will be the mass of 1 unit. That is 1 by 12 of a carbon is 1.6605 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg. Now why are we writing it in kg? Because weight of the atom is calculated in terms of kg, that is 10 to the power minus 27. Now moving on to the next concept of atomic number. Now atomic number is represented as a Z. It defines the characteristics of an element. So atomic number defines the characteristics of an element. From where do we get this atomic number, or how it is determined? It's nothing. It's a number of protons present in the nucleus. Earlier we have seen atomic mass is total number of protons and neutrons. When it comes to atomic number, only the number of protons we consider, because neutrons are neutral. So atomic number is nothing. It's a number of protons present in the nucleus. And one more thing, number of proton is equals to number of electrons. Hence, now number of proton is making up to atomic number. That's why we write here everywhere, if you look at it, atomic number of carbon is 6. In this case also 6, in this case also 6. If you look at it, number of proton is equals to atomic number. Number of proton is equals to atomic number. Number of proton is equals to atomic number. Even if you look at it in terms of chlorine, number of proton, if you look at it in these two cases, there are 17 protons, atomic number is 17. There are 17 protons, atomic number is 17. So in all, that's what we wrote. Isotopes, when we say atomic number is same, only atomic mass will be different. So you understand the concept of atomic number. They define the characteristics of an element. We will learn it in detail. From where are they determined? It's calculated from the number of protons present in the nucleus. Number of protons is equals to number of electrons. This number of electrons determines the valency. Now meaning in the reaction, sometimes electrons are lost. Sometimes they are received. We will see one by one in detail. So the number of electrons determines the valency, whether electrons are needed for a reaction or electrons has to be removed for a particular reaction to take place. So that's the meaning. It defines the reactive capacity of an element. Now within the chemical formula, how to identify? As I told you, the lower left number stands for atomic number. The upper left stands for atomic weight. I'm summing up once again. So carbon 12, when we say carbon atom is divided into 12 parts here. So hydrogen makes up to one part of, mass of hydrogen makes up to one part of the 12 parts here. That is 1 by 12 of the carbon atom. Now carbon 12 makes up to the whole units here. Nitrogen, when we say already 12 parts are there, add 2 more pieces to it in simple way of understanding. Oxygen, when we say already 12 parts are existing, adding 4 more parts to it makes up to 16. I hope you are clear with the concept, children. We'll meet again. Thank you.